All right, welcome back to Cleats&Beats. We have a new format. We did football one. You can check that out on the screen here. So we want to do music one separately. So you guys, we listen to the audience, right?
We did.
Yeah, you
They
guys
wanted a
wanna,
breakdown. It's been a
you,
year. They wanted a
yeah,
breakdown.
they want to break down. But quickly though, there are some few tracks that dropped on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Dochi and West Side Gun, Egypt remix. Lucky, did you listen to it? And
I
what did you
listened
think of
to
it?
it. I thought it was fire. The beat was amazing.
Yeah,
West Line Gun was going in. Dochi was going in.
yeah,
It was a nice track. I listened to it more.
yeah.
Digest it all. It's a very good song.
She's been blowing up a lot, and there's been a lot of hate on her. People saying, "Oh, she's an industry plant," blah blah blah. But the talent is there. The
Talent is
woman
there.
can rap. Like
Hmm.
she's a great artist. Her album. Did you ever listen to it? Alligator Never Bite.
Not all of it. No, I heard bits and pieces of it, but not all of it.
Oh, what did you think about the bits and pieces you heard?
It was good. I can see why people like
Think
her.
she's
She's a good
yeah,
rapper, and it's
man,
like a
she's
breath of fresh air.
raw. Like
Yeah.
yeah, she's great. So I'm wishing and hoping she gets more exposure and she gets more collaboration with like real spitters and
Hmm.
whatnot. Yeah, so that was that. And then Jack Boys 2 by Travis Scott also released melodic, if you like melodic hip hop.
I
Um
I do. It's my bag.
yeah, that is your bag. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff.
So this is a song, right?
Huh?
Or is it an album?
No, it's a song.
Okay.
Also, I think he is dropping an album out to called Jack Boys 2, I think. And then he
Okay.
also collaborated with Barcelona where they have Jack Boys 2, like the font, like the crazy font on their
Uh-huh.
jersey as well.
Okay.
And I think he
He's doing
sold
big
out really
things.
quickly. Yeah, I know. I know. Travis is it's on another level. His core fan base just love this guy, and
Hmm.
there was a big debate. Do you consider him as a hip hop artist? What genre of hip hop would you put him at?
Yeah, I would say he's like hip hop, rock. I don't know. It's hard to pin him down just to one
Hmm.
specific category, but he has a wide fan base. I wouldn't say just hip hop though, that's for sure.
Yeah,
It's pretty
melodic.
varied. Cuz he's got melodies and he also has like
Hmm.
a lot of screaming as well. You know,
Yeah.
his concerts can be crazy to go to.
Oh yeah. I haven't been
But
to his concert before. Have you?
yeah, I've been to it. It was
Uh,
him I think him and Rihanna. Um
actually,
yeah.
actually, you know what? When I went to the damn concert here,
Mhm.
he opened for Kendrick. I remember that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he did.
Makes
Wow, that's a
sense.
long time. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Thinking
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, he did.
It's
So
crazy. Wow.
it was great. And then, man, Benny the Butcher is also my bag. It
Guy,
was
guy can rap,
good
man.
gracious. It was a 20. It's only 22 minutes.
Mhm.
It's called Excelsior. My goodness, it was just straight bars, just
Mm.
the short, concise album, just short, straight to the point. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I loved
Bars.
it. Yeah,
Bars.
it was just, I just like bars. I just, and the production was great too. So that's something if you want to into it, want to check out, you should definitely go into
Okay.
it as well. Yeah,
Okay, I'll check it out. What is it called again?
Excel.
Excelsior?
So yeah, Excelsior. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And then,
Okay.
did you wanted to touch on Kanye Donda too?
I know I saw that it was out. I
Yeah,
haven't listened to it. I
yeah.
know he has his antics have kind of put me off.
Overshadow.
But how good Donda 1 is, I don't think Donda 2 can compare to it because Donda
Yeah,
1 was like a masterpiece. And he,
yeah,
he seemed to be more in a good headspace when he made that album.
He
and
was, yeah.
didn't the bully just come out? It's hard to keep track of
Yeah, I don't,
all of his
yeah.
music and where it's which one's the official release because it's really not on DSPs.
And
It's on
DSPs, yeah.
YouTube, so
Yeah.
it's tough. But I'll check it out when I have time. It's just his antics are too
Yeah,
much for me.
it's just kind of hard to see an artist that you grew up with kind of go down that wire. It's just really sad.
Hmm.
I don't know if he still wants the help or if he needs the help or it's just so
It seems
much.
to be like spiral. He's like, who around him does he listen to, or who can really talk to him?
Wait till I get my money right.
Yeah,
Oh, you
I
can't
don't think
tell me nothing. Yeah,
I don't think anybody can because the people around him they seem like young kids or people who are fans or no one that
yeah,
can really check him. You always
yeah.
need somebody to
Exactly.
be able to check you.
Yeah, push a T.
Yeah,
Because
seriously.
when when he was even having this release for Down the Two, he's in this room with these streamers and I don't know the whole thing.
It's weird.
Yeah, it was just confusing and yeah, I just
Who are these kids? I don't even know who the streamer.
I
I
know.
mean, I know some of them, and he's always got something on his face. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's just
strange.
so
I'll be
confusing.
honest. It's strange.
Yeah, so yeah, Kanye dropped on it too, and nobody really cared. I think they said it sold like 21,000 K or something like that.
Mm,
Yeah, I saw it on. I think academics reported it, and some chart data stuff reported as well. But
okay.
yeah, yeah, Kanye's just being Kanye, I guess. But that's not what we here for.
Uh
What we here for today
oh.
is the 1 year anniversary
What? Of
is
a
already
moment in history.
of the hip hop moment in history.
Mm,
If you were not witnessing this moment of time, you missed out.
mm.
Can you give us the introduction, Lucky, and start us off what I'm talking about? Just give us a brief what I'm talking about because I haven't said any names or anything like that yet.
Mhm.
So,
So the beef is still raging on. So
yeah,
this is
did you?
the
Mhm.
Drake versus Kendrick beef that's been brewing. It seems like
It's
it's
been
been
brewing for
brewing for
years.
years.
Yeah, yeah.
But for two big artists like this to go head to head, we just thought we would never see it. We would never see direct shots. We would never see a back and forth.
So subliminals.
There's always subliminals. You knew it was, directly pointed at each other
Hmm.
if you knew them. And then like that came out in March on March 26th. And
Oh
I,
man.
the
Well,
bars were lethal, but I think the internet and the fan frenzy took it to a whole nother level.
what was your as I pull it up? What was your favorite bar in that?
Well, I don't. The one that sticks out to me was when he does his voice,
The boom.
the
That one.
bum, and then the Those are the ones that stick out to me because only Kendrick can do it and make a sound fly.
Hmm.
Um, but he. So going back to what is it the J Cole and Drake record? It
Hmm.
was it was they really it was like a friendly record, friendly fade, top three. They're talking about the big three.
Hmm.
Um, and then I guess Kendrick took it personal, so he dropped some
Yep.
shots on like that,
Yep.
and then and then the war started.
There was-
But when he dropped like that, Drake was on tour, so he didn't have
yeah.
time in his
Did you think it
schedule.
was a bait? Did you think it was a bait? Did you think Kendrick knew what it was doing? It was just
I,
him hopping on the song.
I well, I felt like it was just a continuation of the subliminals.
Yes, which was through the controversy.
Yeah, so I didn't think it was gonna lead to this. It was just okay.
It's a
Jake,
continuation of
yeah, it's
jabs.
just a
Yeah,
continuation of the jabs, jabs, jabs. And then, but the jabs became the internet made it more of like, okay, you need to respond because he's
as it
coming
should.
at you.
As
Yeah.
it should.
And that's why J. Cole came out. But it was okay, J. Cole came out, took it back, and then the internet was we were like waiting on the clock for
Just-
Drake. Is he gonna Is he gonna respond?
Respond
He's
or you
now
gonna
he's
cut
off
his
tour.
pants
You
off?
don't have any excuse. You got time now, so let's see what
Yeah.
you do.
How
So
how
he,
many weeks did it take him though?
I don't know. It didn't take. In my
Like
mind, I think
so
it took
like
like like 2-3 weeks.
yeah, like that drop on March 26th and push up dropped April 19th. So
Hmm.
about 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah.
So and push-ups came out, and I said, okay, we're here.
let me ask you a quick question on like that record before you go on push up. Did you think when you first heard it, did you in your mind right away thought, okay, we are ready for war?
No,
Okay. All right.
I didn't. I was like,
And then
I thought it was okay, jabs, and then
mhm,
once the internet took it there, I was
mhm,
like, okay, maybe he might. He's got time now.
mhm,
People are baiting him to it. Maybe
mhm.
he might. So it was like it seemed like things were lining up where if he's gonna do it, this might be a good time to start and test the waters.
Yeah, when I heard it and I heard the bars for all your dogs getting buried,
Mm,
that's a kid with all these knives.
Jesus,
He gonna see a pet cemetery. I was like, oh no, you gotta get at this guy.
that's
There's
too
no way.
direct. That's too
That
direct.
that's too direct. And then he said after big three, it's just big me.
Mm,
He came. I I think everything this guy does, he knows what he's doing.
yeah.
He is very, very, very intentional. So
Hmm.
then April 19th came and then what happened?
Wait, when did people start switching up on Drake? Is this
That's it.
right after like that,
No, no,
or
no,
is
no, no, no,
before
no,
like
no, no,
that?
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
remember
no.
the
It was
timeline.
after. It was after like that. It was definitely
Okay,
after like that.
so like that came
Yeah,
out, and then
yeah,
the industry switched on him.
yeah. No,
Everybody
no, no, no.
turned.
I think it was a. We will get there. We will get there, but it
Okay,
wasn't.
okay,
Yeah, it
wasn't right
wasn't. It
away.
wasn't there. Yeah,
Okay,
and then push up came April 19th.
so Push Up came out April 19th.
Drake enters the chat.
Drake enters the battle. As soon as I heard the first bar, I knew it wasn't AI.
Oh, because he dropped. I think he was testing the waters as to why he didn't drop
Yeah,
it right away.
I think and then he didn't. He didn't put it out on his official platforms,
Hmm.
so it seemed a little shaky.
Hmm.
But the way he was, the way he was rapping, I was like, okay,
Hmm.
he recorded this recently. This
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
directly at Kendrick. This
Hmm.
isn't AI. So
Hmm.
that's what I no, that's what I thought. So he dropped it. Ack is doing his thing on it, and then that the original version was rough. It wasn't cleared,
Hmm.
and then he finally dropped like the clean final sample to DSPs,
Hmm.
and then it was like, okay, we've entered the war zone.
Yeah.
Now the battle has begun. You can't back out. The battle
You
is
can.
here. So once you're here, all right, let survival of the fittest. So once
Yeah.
once that record came out, I was like, okay, now we're gonna have an exchange. I don't know how long the exchange will be, but we have an exchange. Drake is baiting Kendrick to come out
Yep.
on the internet, tweeting, drop,
doing
drop,
doing
drop,
everything, doing
do it.
all type
And I,
of
I, I wonder why. I
meme
was
games.
wondering why. What?
Also, don't forget to mention that he also took a shot at a bunch of people on push-ups as well. It wasn't a direct shot at Kendrick.
So the industry have turned on them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
you're right.
so
Okay,
he's
you're right.
he's feeling like
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're
it's a
right. You're right.
20v1.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
So
right. Yeah.
okay, so he recorded it, he put it out, and then he was baiting Kendrick to come out.
All
I
kinds of just go through. I remember he wore like a Compton Community College shirt. He put up a post of Kendrick's old manager or like something like that. Just all
Mhm.
type of unnecessary things that I didn't think he
Internet
needed to
games,
do. Yeah, it was the
internet
internet game.
games.
I don't think he needed to do that.
Yeah, I didn't understand what the rush was. Like I know there's a clock, but nah, it's like if he's gonna
Invisible.
if
Uh-huh.
it's if it's gonna be if it's gonna happen, we're
Mhm.
gonna put the clock down. There's no like
Yeah.
the fade will come when the fade comes. Just be
Es-
patient.
Especially with Kenny, he doesn't do what with clock. Like he doesn't care about no damn clocks.
Hmm.
He goes on his own pace.
So I remember him baiting, and then he didn't get
Mhm.
a response, and then eventually he stopped baiting because it was like, okay, you can't do this every day. That doesn't.
Yeah.
You're talking to
To
yourself at this
yourself.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
our group chat is going off because we're like, Drake is up. He dropped
Yeah.
push-ups.
Yep.
Sounds good. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um
Bouncy. It's a
I think
club
he dropped
record
it. I
that's
think he
going up.
dropped another one before Euphoria, right? He dropped
Taylor Made
Taylor Made
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
He went back to back on
Oh yeah.
Kendrick.
He did. He go so Taylor Made Freestyle was good, but him using Tupac, you
Was
know,
the
was kind of a no-no.
Yeah, it was kind of like a sensitive um thing that you don't touch,
Mm-hmm.
especially how much hip hop hold Tupac can be to the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he didn't have that gimmicks with it, I think it would have been. It's a great record, the
It is
bars
a
and
great
everything.
record. The bars were good. It was
Yeah,
catchy. Even had
it
Snoop
was
on there.
catchy. Yeah,
It
I
was
think that
catchy. Go ahead.
I think that was his first mistake with using, because people already were not already a fan of AI anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and then him using it, that even like, oh, okay, come on. And it
Mm-hmm.
plus he's also a legend,
Mm-hmm.
so that even made it like, what
He's
are you
also
doing,
what?
bro?
A
He's
legend.
also a legend, yeah,
Yeah.
like in a hip hop world.
Yeah,
um
I didn't understand that move.
I didn't,
I didn't understand
um
that move.
because it was a really good record, and the beat, it just sounded, and he was so talented. Kendrick, I know in that you are in that New York apartment
Mm-hmm.
doing push doing all this and all that stuff, and still we didn't hear any response.
No, we were
This is
counting.
April 19th, so he dropped push up, and then he dropped Taylor Made Freestyle on the same day,
Mm-hmm.
later that evening. I
Oh,
was
he
like,
went back
wow.
to he went back to
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Drake was ready. He thought he was gonna be. He probably thought it was gonna be like two
Like
three
a meek.
rounds,
Yeah.
and he thought Family Matters, or he thought Family Matters was the final blow.
Which we will get there. We don't want to jump guns.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So drop
so
push ups April 19th. First off, OG version is better in my opinion.
yeah, I
He
remember you
didn't
tell
clear the
I
sample,
yeah, he didn't clear the sample.
or he couldn't clear
Um
the sample, and then so that was doing his thing. Drake
and
was
we
baiting Kendrick to come out, and
he's trolling for the 3 weeks. The group chat is roasting me because I'm a huge Kenny fan. I was like, and I remember texting. I was like, I don't know, B. If he doesn't drop next week, I'm gonna give it up. It's just gonna be, this is it.
and then he dropped Euphoria, and then
uh,
everyone was like, "What the
April 30th.
April 30th?" And he put Drake on the therapist chair and talked to him. It was so diabolical. The
Eh,
beats, the the
beat switches.
the cover, like the cover of the song,
There's so many
Drake
thing
being
pieces.
involved in
Yeah.
Euphoria. The beat switches too. 6.5 minutes long.
it,
Jesus,
it was
it was
it
a
was
lot.
like it was like
When it first
I
when
don't
I
know.
when I heard the first part, I was like, okay, this
Them
is this is
this is
slow.
slow.
You
It's
know, this is interesting for a beef, a back and forth beef,
he
and
needs a
then
slow burn first,
he came
and
on. I
then
was
you
like,
hear the shoo shoo. That is so, everything about that. There was no bar wasted.
oh my gosh,
There's no Euphoria was just direct. That's why
god damn, he
e-
went
e-
he went after him, man.
everything was just like doom, doom, doom. There was no bar wasted. There, if you go to Genius, I remember Genius crashed that day.
Mm,
Yeah, they were saying, when you type in Euphoria lyrics, Genius was saying that we will get back to you on that.
yeah,
Like, so that's gonna be the first. I'm gonna share.
I'm not about that.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. When
Don't
when
speak on the
Euphoria
family,
came out,
Crody.
when Euphoria, I was like, "Ah, this guy's gonna have a long day. Drake is gonna have a long day." Because it
Are
was
you
a. Go ahead.
Are you able to see the screen?
I don't
Actually,
think
no,
you
not
haven't put
yet.
it on
I have
stage
to.
yet.
All right. So
Yeah.
this is when Euphoria came.
Mm.
Um, there are just so many bars. Like I don't even. But the bar, the YM. Do you remember that bar?
Which one?
The YMELE or whatever it
Oh,
is.
YNW Melly.
Why?
The way he switched his flows, the way the beat switches, the way he enunciated things.
What is it? The
Um,
braids. There's so many
I'm gonna get
quotables
back to that for the
for
record.
record.
It was a lot.
Back
Back
to
to
back.
back.
I
I
like that
like that record.
record.
I'm gonna get back to that for the record.
Right.
I was like,
That's when I
okay,
knew.
he's already plotting out songs in the in the
But
future.
Drake, yeah, but Drake was still running around, not focused. You know what I mean? He was still not focused.
Hmm.
After he said, "I'll get back to that record," you should know this guy has a lot in his arsenal that he's gonna drop.
When,
Right.
when I see you and
When I
sexy,
see,
but I believe you too bad. I was like, this is insane.
but my favorite underrated on this one, that bar. When I heard it, I was like, "Genius need to be up right away."
Mm.
Because I need to know this one. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky.
Oh,
I park
Parkinson.
his son.
Jeez.
The idea, dude, Parkinson. Come on.
Crazy.
So then I was like, then this one, there's three goals left, and I see two of them kissing and hugging and so, like what? I see two of them kissing and hugging and
Oh my God. That is
he
crazy.
he sees everything.
He does. He
This
does.
guy sees everything. I love them to death. In 8 bars, I will explain that phrase. And then 8 bars later, he goes and explains that phrase.
Oh, man.
Like I was saying, there was no bar wasted. He wasn't shooting. He was just, let me talk to you. It's a direct. Just let me talk to you for a second, right? There's
Wait,
even
wait, grow
part
up.
three.
We hate
Yeah,
we hate the women you because they confuse yourself with women. And notice I said we. It's not
but
just me. It's
me,
what the
I'm what
culture.
a culture. See,
Dang,
that's
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 deep. That's
he was
deep.
getting the culture. He got the culture right behind him.
Mm.
That's where he wanted everybody to be behind him,
Hmm.
right? Um, yeah, and then this one too. How many more fairy tales about your life till we had enough? How many more black features until you black enough?
Damn.
Yeah,
I like
I
Drake.
like Drake.
I like
I'm
Drake
like,
when he acted.
there are just so many
And then,
bars.
oh, you're gonna make me bring back Pub.
Oh,
Let me see Chubb's real
Chandra
crash.
crashing
The way the beat switched on that line and the way his
and it
voice.
dropped.
Yeah, that was
He
nice.
announced it. This one is why I didn't get V12 is a fast one. Bow, bow, bow.
Chef Lady.
Mentioned it also be a callback to that. Oh yeah, the Hellcat.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
No
Eh,
bars wasted.
No, none.
I even hate the way he said the word.
But that's just me, I guess. Something.
That's cringeworthy. Ain't got to be
It just
deep,
be
I
deep.
guess.
And then
This
this
is
part,
insane. This is a rap battle.
yeah. So let's not. So then, what happens
Okay,
after
okay.
Euphoria? New Hawking. He
Uh,
mentioned something about New Hawking, and then that.
wait. Did 616 in LA come out? No, no. Wait. Which one
Oh,
came out first? 616 LA or Family Matters? They both came out the same
uh,
day. Oh, it must have been
yeah,
Family Matters,
yeah, yeah.
right?
We can check. Uh, check
Yes,
quickly. I think.
yes. It was
I think after after Euphoria, then later that afternoon or evening, he dropped 60 Scene in LA. Cause remember he said back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back just for that record. So after he
mm,
dropped Euphoria, then he
he
dropped
dropped
60 Scene.
616, and then Drake dropped Family Matters.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
It-
run. That was a crazy run because he dropped 616.
mhm.
Drake dropped Family Matters with the video and everything, and then
Let's
the
let's
30. That's crazy.
let's not get ahead of ourselves because this was that was one of my personal favorite as well.
Hmm.
60 Scene in LA. It's very
One of my personal favorites too.
man, very looked down upon, but there was some bars in there.
It's a good.
Right.
That's a good beat. It's Off White Sun Secret. God dang.
I like to buy yeah when I get the fever.
And the like the energy he's rapping with is you can
God.
feel it. You can
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah. God, my confession is yours. But who am I if I don't go to war?
Huh?
There's opportunity when living with loss. I discovered myself when I fall short, raise my hand to
I gotta,
apologize.
I gotta watch some of these reaction videos, but because I'm just now I go back to Euphoria and then
Yeah,
616.
yeah.
It's it's some rapping, man. It's some straight rapping.
Here he's basically telling God, like, God, forgive me for what I'm about to do to this guy.
This is insane.
Put my kids to sleep, then close my eye. Definition of P. Tell me who gonna stop me. And then he said, I come from love. Esther cover my heart, then open me up. Then
Oh
he said,
my god.
Timmy, who says it? Timmy soul stare in the mirror, asking where I was often from. I know this, and he knows it. He says it right here. I know this type of power is going to cost, but I live in a what? I live in a what?
What?
Circadian
The
rhythm
rhythm
of a
of a
shooting.
shooting star.
What Drake had a song called Circadian
Circadian. That
Rhythm.
song is fire too.
It is. It's a really
Yeah.
good song. Yeah. So after that, 616 dropped. Then what happens after?
Jesus. And then
What did
Drake
they?
I think this is May 3rd, 616 drop,
Mm-hmm.
616 LA drop.
May 3rd. Yeah.
Drake drops his I think this is the best he's got. Family
Yeah.
Matters.
Yeah.
7-minute video,
Yeah.
7-minute song, video. The second verse where he's going crazy after the beat switch,
The
no
second verse is my
visuals,
favorite. Yeah.
just lyrics so you can digest it. Hey, he was rapping.
He was
He
rapping his
was
ass off.
rapping.
He was rapping his ass off in the second verse is probably
It was
my
crazy.
favorite.
It was,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it
Um,
was crazy.
but then he lost me again. Like during the mall and r- r- r-
Rory.
mall and DJ had an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when they had a debate, they were saying
Mm-hmm.
Maul was saying that if he was Drake, he would have when Kendrick dropped the 16, he would have just took that second verse and then use that as a counter for Kendrick and just wait for him to drop again and then he goes back in the studio instead of
Putting all of it in
dropping
one.
all of it in one. Yeah, all of it in one and just because the third verse is really the only part that was targeting at Kendrick, and then the rest of it was just like
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it was shooting everywhere, and I think that's kind of where it lost them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good
he was
song,
rapping. It was a good song. He was
rapping.
rapping. He was
But
rapping.
the impact was muted because of the timing of the next record.
Do you know how many minutes after?
It's got to be like within 30 minutes, like 20
Yeah,
something minutes.
yeah.
And so at this point, you just can't believe what's going
What's
on
going on? Yeah,
because you don't even have
and it was
enough
late.
time. Yeah, you don't even have
Dice.
time to digest Family Matters, the bars, the visuals,
Hmm.
and then you got Meet the Grams where, yeah, oh my god, where he's
So
just
then meet the
talking.
so then meet the gram drops, and then so I remember I was driving. Was I driving from Walmart? I was driving from Walmart.
I was driving too.
From Walmart to my house is literally like 8 minutes. So as soon as I pull in, I was like, "Jeez, it's gonna be a long weekend for Kenny on
Hmm.
this one."
Hmm.
And then as soon as I got out of my car, got the grocery out, put the food on the island in the kitchen, and then I heard
This guy dropped.
Kendrick just dropped
I
me the
said
grade.
no, no way.
I was
I
like, I
said
can't
no
even
way.
put.
I said
I
I
said,
can't. I said no. I said, you know what I
I
said?
was like,
No, 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 no.
I
I'm
remember the
driving.
group.
I don't have
the,
enough time to digest.
the group chat was going crazy. Sinister. Listening to it in the dark. If you ever sit in the dark, like on your bed with no lights on, and listen to that, is the most sinister. Like it's
Uh-oh. You pause.
it's
Can you hear me?
almost
Okay, okay,
yeah,
go ahead. All right, go
yeah.
ahead.
It's almost uncomfortable. So Drake dropped, and then you said he dropped Meet the Gram, and he just dead all the noise, and Twitter was blowing the heck up.
Nobody could believe it.
Nobody could believe it.
We couldn't
That's
because the
mhm,
way it was like in real time as
mhm,
Family Matters dropped,
mhm.
Kendrick hit upload. Literally, he's just waiting on the computer and then hit up. He got a notification from Drake, and then what in
have
the
you
world? Can you imagine this? This
have
is
you seen the
insane.
RDC clips when they do those clips?
Yeah, yeah.
RDC World,
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Kendrick was
Oh my
sitting on the
god.
computer. He's like, "Yep, I know he dropped. Yep, I'm ready. Yep, upload."
Wait,
It's like that's
that's
basically what.
basically what happened. Because
Yeah,
the team was in the studio with the records done, ready
yeah,
to go.
yeah.
And so yeah, so when Meet the
It,
Grams, it
yeah,
muted the impact of Family Matters.
it shut everything.
Shut it down.
If Kendrick would have let that breathe, that would have been a damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely would have been a damage. And Meet the Gram was a perfect song to mute it too.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. Yeah, but one thing I wanted to say about Meet the Grams real quick, and then we can go on to this track was that I've been reading a lot of theories and things like that, and I've been I went back. I probably listened to Meet the Gram like 4 or 5 times since it dropped
Mm-hmm.
because I can't. It's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I know people keep focusing on the daughter thing, but I don't think he was saying. And these are some fan theories that I've always listened. I don't think he was saying that he has a daughter. I think he was kind of pointing to the fact that if he had a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of message that I'm telling you as a girl. That's kind of how maybe I wasn't listening to it um
Yeah, I don't
correctly.
think like when I heard it, I was like, I don't know. If he had a
Yeah.
daughter, everybody would know he had a
Well,
daughter. So
no. Yeah.
I didn't really think of it as like him revealing something.
Exactly.
You
But
know,
I think that's where a lot of Drake fans held on to it. Is oh, it's a lie. But people completely ignore everything that he said in
I gotta
that
go
whole
back and
song.
listen. I gotta go back and listen to it again.
It's a tough one to listen
Yeah,
to.
yeah. I gotta go back and dissect it again because
Yes, because he was talking a lot, and he was talking about his character, drinking problems,
mm-hmm,
gambling problems,
facts.
right? Huh?
Mm-hmm. Said
Yeah,
facts.
yeah. And saying that how to be a man, he's bad with money, he's soliciting women problem,
Mm-hmm.
37 37 showing up a 7-year-old, drinking problem, pill problem. He was
He
saying
was
a
he
lot of
was
stuff.
he was giving it to him.
It was
Giving it to him. It
it
was
was
like personal
assassination.
hits. It was
It
giving
was
it to him.
assassination of character. It's like almost when a boxer is in the ring, or like an MMA fighter, and then the guy is weak,
Yeah.
right? And
And he
then the
just
guy is like
boom,
this,
boom,
and
boom.
then the
Yeah.
guy, yeah, and then the person is just like doom, doom.
Mm-hmm.
Because the most crazy line he said in that is the last line. Read that
Mm.
last line. He said, F a rap battle. This is a long life battle with yourself.
Jesus.
I was like, yeah.
This
I
is
was
crazy.
like, I was like, what? And he's like, no dominance, a recap moment when you didn't fit in, no secret handshake with your friends, no cultural cachet to binge, just disrespecting your
These are all
mother.
personal shots.
Identity on the
Personal
fence.
shots.
Yes. I try to empathize with you because I know you ain't been through nothing. Like, so let's the women problem. Like,
This is
my
crazy.
favorite part of it though was
Can't believe
like,
somebody's talking to me like I couldn't
yeah,
believe somebody's rapping to me like this.
I know.
I'd be heated.
Yeah. And
This is insane.
the YouTube comment section was hilarious. Listen to that. Do you have a few YouTube comments on that that you can read on Meet the Crabs?
Oh yeah, let me look it up.
It was it on DSP? Yeah, it is. Um,
Daradonis is an absolute wild way to start a song, followed by this evil ass beat. It's perfection. It's like someone says it's like revisiting a funeral.
yeah.
This is crazy.
Jacob was waking up with a fresh smell of ripe apricot blooming dandelion, dandelion, listening to bird chirping in tranquil forest. Yeah,
Oh my god, this is crazy. I
yeah,
gotta listen to this
um,
again.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
it was.
everybody likes that line. F a rap battle. This is a long life battle
Yeah,
with yourself.
yeah. That line was. So I'm pretty sure he wrote that. He's written that. Oh, he's probably has been editing that for a long time.
Hmm.
Somebody said asking Adonis to play this when he reaches 18 is the most tearing part for me. He can't even go. He can't go to
Dear
public school.
Adonis. Dear Adonis. Nah, you kidding me.
I wonder why like on the track too, he actually like arranged it like dear Adonis and then dear baby girl, then the mother, then there's timestamp
Yeah, 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 yeah. He did
that
it,
you can
and
actually.
yeah, this is diabolical, man.
It was crazy, and then the artwork too.
Hmm.
The artwork, like
The
get,
receipts.
where did he get that picture from?
No, these are all, this was like a big deal at the time because these are all Drake items.
Was it?
Supposedly, these are all personal
Oh,
Drake items that he like left at a hotel, and
uh huh.
someone that worked at the hotel picked them up, and
Hmm.
either says he has. It was essentially not a big deal, but I think these are actual Drake's personal items that he
So he
left.
so he was right about the mole having a mole in the camp then.
Well, I don't know if he had a mole, but he was sloppy essentially.
He was.
He was sloppy with some of the stuff.
Okay. So anyway, that's meet the gram, and what happens the next day, May 4th. May
May
the
4th
4th
is
be
when the funeral
today.
happened.
That's
This
today. Today.
That's today.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Today is
Wow, a lot
anniversary.
a lot has changed in the year.
Wow. Yeah.
So May 4th is when
Uh-huh.
Not Like Us dropped.
Walk me
Eh,
through where you were and when you heard it and all that.
okay. So I'm telling you, so all
Yeah.
the things that happened the day before,
Just tell me the story. Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm driving back and forth between Dallas and Houston trying to digest the music, and I can't
Oh,
really
were
get
you?
into it. Yeah, yeah, I was, and I can't get into it because I'm doing all these family activities.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
being present with the kids, all this stuff. And then, but I listened to it. Like I've
Hmm.
listened to it, but I haven't like looked at the lyrics, digested it all.
Hmm.
But I just know that 616 was fire.
Hmm.
Family Matters was fire. And it had a video. Meet the Grams was like a whole mood switch. Like he completely switched the
Switch.
mood. I'm like, this is dark. This is some dark stuff.
W-
And then the next day I wake up, I'm like,
When you heard, hold on one quick. When you heard Meet the Grams, where were you? Were you still on the road
no, I
or
think I
driving?
was no, I was in the house
Yeah. Okay.
listening. I listened to it on the headphones. I just put on my headphones
Oh,
and
okay.
listened to it. The next day when Not Like Us came out was when I was on the road. Cause
Okay.
I'm like these, because it was so back and forth. I'm like, these guys are really
Going at it.
back and forth. So it's like I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
And then the next day I heard Not Like Us. First
Yeah.
of all, I heard Psst, I See Dead People.
Yeah.
For you to
The
start a
game.
song like that with so much confidence,
Mm-hmm.
this is the final blow.
Is the final blow.
And then
Yeah.
once the beat, I heard the beat. I'm like, oh, this is a good beat. Heard the lyrics. I'm like, this is what I was like. It's over. And then I texted the group chat. I said,
Yeah, that's.
Drake, Drake, it's like it's over. He
Oh
messed
yeah,
up
I
because
remember the
it
group chat.
was
Yeah,
it was so obvious that this was the final blow
the final
because
fate. Yeah,
it was like a masterpiece record. It was a hit record. The lyrics were catchy. There's really not much you can do
it's
to
not
come
deep.
back
Exactly, and it
from this.
wasn't deep because you know how people are like. Also,
Yeah, this is.
that's when going the beef. I was so worried for Kendrick, even though I was like really loud in the group chat.
Mhm,
I was so worried for him because I'm like, man, this guy is always so deep into perspective, and I was thought that was the direction that he was gonna go to, right?
mhm, mhm,
And Drake is funny, he's petty, he's witty, and all that. I'm like, man, can Kendrick really out funny Drake? Can he
mhm,
out petty him? Can
mhm.
he play the internet games that he does and all that stuff? So
This is a perfect, yeah. To all your worries, it's true. And
the
then they
art of war,
responded
yeah.
with the perfect song for the masses to
Yep.
like, to love, to dance
Read those
to.
too. Yeah.
it was like, oh my god, it was like, dog, this
which
is
is Drake's bag, which is
this
something
is
that
Drake's
Drake
bag. Yeah,
bag.
this is yeah, this
So,
is back to back.
yeah,
This is right out of his playbook.
yeah.
And then yeah, it was
I
just
think I've heard I've told you before, but I was at Sam's Club, and then
yeah. Let me hear what you were doing.
yeah, and then I was just in the aisle, and then there was a couple and a husband
Mm-hmm.
going through the aisle, and
Mm-hmm.
then the husband gets a notification, and he takes his phone and he turns to the husband. He's like, they were probably like in the late 35, 36, 37. He's like, Kendrick just dropped. And then the wife is like, did he? No way. He's like, yeah, he just dropped. Look, look. And then he was showing him, and then he started playing. He was about to hit play, and I went
And when you
straight
get away, you got away.
to the next. Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah.
I need to hear it like the first time.
Yeah.
And I got in the car, and then it
It's over.
as soon as the beat came on, I was like, okay, this might be really be a dancing on the grave there. Yeah,
Because it was so even the record and the lyrics, it was like dancing on his grave. He knew the battle was over
yeah. I
because
think he knew.
the way he delivered the song, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
he knows this is the final blow.
yeah. And the lyrics are so simple, easy to get a sing along. There's so many quotables.
So many quotables.
I've seen people coming out on when in the weddings with that, even
Mm-hmm.
sports start picking it up. And let's talk about how big companies start using that.
Yeah.
Soccer team, football team,
Yeah,
basketball
it was
teams,
everywhere. It was
McDonald's.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
It was it was clear the culture picked up on the beef.
they
All the
did.
companies were promoting songs from
Hmm.
the beef. It was just like this is a big
Hmm.
deal. This is what's happening right now. So let's capitalize on it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
it's at the expense of Drake because he's the loser of the battle. But
yeah.
it was yeah, it was crazy. It was
And
crazy.
then so yeah, happy 1 year anniversary, May 4th today, Kendrick.
Man, that's crazy.
It's a
Yeah,
year already.
it seemed
This
like
is
it didn't seem
serving
like
a
it was
year.
such a long ago. Yeah, it didn't seem like it
This
was
is
that
like a
long
couple
ago.
months ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
because he's been in rotation. Everybody in rotation, you keep hearing it everywhere now.
Hmm.
So it just always been like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's a crowd favorite. Everyone loves that song.
yeah, it was the pettiest, so I'd say pettiest club banger of all time, really.
Yeah, it was
And that's usually what Drake is good at, is like club bangers. Because
because none of his hits, none of his rap song, and none of his beef songs were really like club bangers.
yeah, 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 no, it wasn't.
There
No,
were
no, no, no.
bars. He took
There
a
was
different
bars.
route. He went bars, and if he would have went bangers,
Hmm.
even though I like the bars, it would have been a different play.
Hmm.
Because I remember Young Berg, the producer, he said what he would have done if he was producing for Drake. It was to
Hmm.
tell him, give me all the songs you're working on right now. Give me your best, your biggest hit, like your hit song, whichever one's the biggest hit. Take that beat and then put your lyrics to it, which is what Kendrick did. Just the
Mm.
whichever one's gonna be a hit. You know this is gonna be a hit. The
Mm.
beat is good. The track is good. Now just put your lyrics to that hit and put it out
Mm.
there. That'll it made sense. I'm like, that's what Kendrick did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because Kendrick also know Drake audience, that for him to pull Drake audience to him, he needs to make something simple,
Mm-hmm.
something that they can dance to, something that everybody will be able to recite the lines and bars and quotable. There's a lot of quotable. Even though there's a discourse on Twitter, people just saying "Family Matter" is the best song on the blah blah blah. But when you other than like
If you want to go like drill rap, yeah, it's
yeah
probably the
yeah
best like drill rap song,
yeah
but I don't know if it's the best song.
yeah, cause but anyway, not like us did exactly I think what he wanted it to do.
Yeah,
Keep it short, keep it concise. I think it's under 4 music or
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like 4 minutes 35 seconds.
yeah, exactly. So it's short.
Even the end, OV ho, death
Yeah,
this way. It was a,
Slam the.
it
It's
was
just a
a
simple.
masterpiece. Anyone
Yeah,
can sing this. Anyone can say this.
yeah,
He a fan. He a fan. Yeah.
yeah. Because I know there was also another narrative that Kendrick has been writing these for so long for waiting for Dre, blah blah. But I
Mhm,
think he was also edited in real time because on the
mhm,
last verse he said, "The family and the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show you all the lie." So
mm,
he flipped the family matters
mhm,
line song and also incorporated in that, right?
mhm, mhm.
And then also if you also notice too, there's a lot of Michael Jackson and Prince lines going
Yeah, yeah,
back
there,
and forth.
yeah,
I never really understood. Well, I guess I do because Drake compared himself to Michael Jackson, right? And then
yeah,
Kendrick won his Prince. So they had some good bars though. They had some
yeah,
good
yeah. They had a
flip,
good. Yeah,
flip,
I did.
flip.
To be honest, yeah, I didn't. I don't know the Michael Jackson tie-in as much as I probably should, but I'll look it up later. But yeah,
Yeah,
there is. I know Drake compares himself to Michael Jackson.
yeah, yeah. And then I think Kendrick this show with Prince, and he almost recorded with Prince actually. I think
Okay.
Prince was supposed to be on Good Kid, Mad City, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
There's supposed to be a Prince documentary that's supposed to come out, but the
oh,
Prince's family isn't letting it come out because it's tells too much truth. But it's something if I hope it comes out.
yeah,
So that's just on the side
yeah,
note.
yeah, yeah. That'll be dope. And then the white flag happened when
He
the
threw the
next
white flag.
day, May 5th.
Drake released the Heart Part 6. It
Oh,
was a mess. This song was a mess
B
because
was fired though.
yeah, it was a fire beat, but he was contradicting himself in the song.
Yeah,
He contradicted
yeah,
himself a
yeah, yeah.
couple times,
Yeah, he
a-
did. Cause
and
apart, he was like, "We fed you the information," and then 1 minute later, he was like, "The people that fed you the information was full."
yeah,
Like,
this is what
come on.
happens when you're trying to put something out in a rush. You don't really
Yeah,
cross
yeah,
reference everything.
yeah. And then the mother I sober line. My mom came over and I was like, Mother
This
I."
this
Oh,
is
wait a
this
second.
this is when I knew it was over because like he ran out of stuff to say. Dog, there's nothing else to say. You spilled it all out in
Yeah,
Family Matters, so I'm like, okay,
yeah.
he
Exactly.
doesn't have much to say
Not
now.
much to say
So
about him. Yeah, he said, "Oh, that's the one record you say you were molested, blah blah blah." But Mr. Mora and the Big Steppers, if you
mhm,
listen to Mother and Soba, he literally tells you that his family was trying to say that, and he would say, "No, I did it. No, I did it."
mhm.
Right?
If you actually listened and you understood what he was saying,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's why in Euphoria, Kendrick talked about fabricating just stories and stuff. It's like he predicted everything that this guy was gonna say or
Mhm,
do,
mhm.
right?
He was
So
ready.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that was like crazy. Then that's like the timeline of it. Is it was the craziest 3 days, 4 days.
It was crazy.
It got to a point I was like, all right,
This is a lot. I
this
can't keep up. I was
this
like, all right,
yeah.
I'll get to it when I get to it, but right now I can't keep up. There's too much going on.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's crazy.
it was crazy. I had fun though. I don't know if we're gonna have
I don't think we'll have anything like this again.
anything like this. Yeah,
I don't
or
think so.
of that
Because
hat.
because it was because Drake and Kendrick are at the top of like they're top of the hip hop artists right now, like top hip hop artists right now.
Hmm.
And they're dedicated time just to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't see that happen very often. It's like when's the last time you've seen that? It's been a long time since that's happened.
Yeah. So in that case, there's just so much to dive into with this. So we ask our audience to to share some questions for us
Hmm.
that they had about the beef that they want to know our thoughts and stuff like that. So we're gonna pause this one. This is a
To be
50-minute.
continued.
Yeah, yeah. This will be continue. so that we'll be able to dive into the questions more and kind of tells you what I thought. There's a lot of good questions that they came
Yeah,
up with.
there's a lot of good ones we
Yeah,
can talk about.
yeah, that we can talk about. So we just wanted it to like quickly run through music and kind of tell you where we're at and how we're feeling about each record. So we had like that, push ups, tailor made freestyle, Euphoria, sexy scene at the film at a meter gram, not like us, and then hard part states. So
Mm, mm.
those are the record.
What
So
a run! What a
yeah, it
run!
was,
As a fan, you got some good music.
yeah, as a
You
fan,
got
yeah,
some good music
because
in this run,
because prior to that, Kendrick doesn't come outside. And he hasn't been outside for a while. So
right?
as a Kendrick fan, I was eating good. I was like, keep
We were
dropping.
eating. You were eating good. It
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Punch got an interview recently, and you know that he said that 12-minute Euphoria was supposed to be a 12-minute this song, and he
Yeah,
cut it in
really?
half. Yeah, he said it was supposed to be 12 minutes, but
Jeez.
then they advised him to cut it in half. So if Drake was to come back like right away, then he
Yeah,
would go
another.
to the
Yeah.
So the guy was the art
No,
of war.
I knew he was prepared because of the frequency of the hits.
Hmm.
Clearly, he's got 3 or 4 songs he released
I
in
will.
2 days, so he's like he's ready.
Where are my leak people? You know how things always
Mm.
get leaked. I would I would
Nah,
love
this
to
wasn't
hear.
leaking. There was not
There's no
enough.
leak.
There's not enough time because nowadays it's
Mhm.
direct upload. Like
Okay.
if
Oh yeah, yeah,
unless
yeah,
you're
yeah,
able to
yeah.
hack his computer,
Yeah,
how
and
are you
actually
gonna
go
get the
in.
yeah?
Yeah,
Because he's
yeah,
he's
that's true.
actually uploading it himself or him and his producer,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
so it becomes harder to leak.
Oh man. All right. So yeah. So our next video, we're going to take your questions and kind of go through
Hmm.
everything that you just have. So that's gonna be on the screen somewhere that you can click on. So
Stay
we will
tuned for the
see you on
next.
there.
We're gonna go through it, and we kind of went through the timeline, our
Mm-hmm.
first impressions, the
Yep.
impact. Next,
Yep.
we're gonna dissect, different questions, how we feel about it,
What do you
especially
feel
after
about
years past. Super Bowl performance, the Grammy, the tour,
it? So
Drake's
much. Yeah.
releasing some new songs. There's a lot
Yeah.
that's happened in the year. So
Yeah. So
lawsuits.
lawsuit. Yeah. So
There's a
go
lot.
ahead and find that video on the screen somewhere, either on the left or the bottom on
Yeah, I'm pointing
and go
somewhere.
from there. Yeah. It's point someone left or right. All right, then we will see you guys on the next one. Thanks
All right.
again.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.